Hi, my name is Nick Hiratsuka, and I'm the director of Seeing Red. So if you're not aware, Seeing Red is Just Three Studios' most recent short film. And it's probably the Just Three Studios film that comes closest to the definition of a short film. Short films are typically 8 to 12 minutes, but a lot of the time they'll be even shorter than that. Whereas prior to this film, Just Three Studios' shortest film was Xmas, which clocked in at about 16 minutes. So this is definitely our shortest short film yet. And not only that, it took about 2 weeks to make this film. We had about half a week of pre-production, half a week of production, and then a week of post-production to make it. The only part of this film that wasn't a part of the 2 weeks was the writing process. I actually wrote the script as part of an assignment for my screenwriting class in college. We were tasked with writing a 3-scene short film about roommates. I just chose to make those roommates a couple. And we had to write it so that the first scene was kind of their normal world. The second scene, the characters are presented with a conflict which results in one of the roommates leaving. And then the third scene is just one of the roommates alone in the space by themselves. So sure, I had to write the script as part of a class, but why turn it into a short film? Well, frankly, one of the reasons is that I just had to get back on a set. The last time I had been on set for a Just Three Studios film was Xmas, which we wrapped production on roughly 8 months ago. And I just feel like I can't go any longer than that without being on a set. This film also gave us an opportunity to work with some new equipment. Just Three Studios recently acquired some new gear, and I thought this film would be a great opportunity to give our DP some more hands-on experience with that gear. And finally, something this short film allowed us to do is give these two actors, Chris and Aubrey, more experience acting. So it gave the actors more experience they can put on a resume and use down the road, and it also gave me an opportunity to see what level they're at from an acting standpoint. And the last thing I want to discuss before we jump fully into the behind the scenes is that this behind the scenes is going to be very different from what we've done before. Typically, these behind the scenes are more of how we made the film. This one is structured more of the narrative explaining the story behind making this film. With a film like this, I thought that would be a more appropriate style and tone to take with it. So with that said, let's just jump into the behind the scenes of Seeing Red. Oh wow, my phone's blowing up because I just got confirmation on a shooting location. So after trying to figure out all day, and more realistically the past couple days, where we would shoot the film, I just got the confirmation text literally like 45 minutes ago that we have a location. So I've been sending the word out to our 2 cast members. Luke is our DOP, and then of course myself will be there, the director, and then Willie, our producer. But it's like, yes, here I am at 9 o'clock at night, finally with the location, 3 days before shooting? Let me do math. 4 days before shooting. So I'm just here in the office celebrating and trying to figure stuff out now, because now the work has really begun. So I still have a lot of stuff to figure out. But location, yes, location and a date, which that's gold right there. Have to make sure we have everything to back it up, but that's gold. Assuming nothing changes on us. I still haven't seen the location. I should be getting pictures and maybe a video that will show me the layout. There is a chance I could see that and go, ooh, this isn't right at all. In which case I'll have to really pursue my backup and make sure that they're available. But you know what? Here in the now, let's celebrate. So this is the following day after finding out the location and the day we're going to be shooting. So now is when I really have to get started on a lot of pre-production stuff. So since I have a lot of my boxes being used for packing to go to Flagstaff, I just have this garbage bag that I'm going to put props in. At the moment, the only thing I have that I'm working on is filling up this little grocery bag here with empty soda cans for the first scene and probably one of the first shots of the film. Have a book here that she'll pack up. I want to get maybe a couple other books, maybe just have some options. And then the trash can he'll probably throw the application in. With that said though, I do have a lot of other props I still need to get. And I'm working on a call sheet right here, just filling out all the information that has to be on that and trying to make it as accurate as possible so I can send it out ideally before the end of the day today. And then on this other monitor here, I'm just reviewing the script to help me figure out all the information, also figure out what still has to be done, and just general reviewing of the script so it's just locked in my brain. But today is Sunday, the shoot is on Wednesday, so I have today, Monday, Tuesday, and then the morning of Wednesday to really try and make sure we're set for the shoot, although I also will be busy pretty much all Tuesday for all my work stuff. So it's really just today, tomorrow, and Wednesday morning. Alright, so it's Monday, and this has been my main day that I've been trying to push pre-production today, yesterday, then I'll do a little bit Wednesday, but I want to do as little Wednesday as possible. But today, I've been making sure we got all the props we're going to need, all the paperwork we're going to need, and all that kind of stuff. So my prop bag now has a sign that says props, not trash, because it is in a trash bag, but I've been just filling it up with different props and things that I know we're going to need and things I think we could need. And then here is my folder for films I typically actually use a binder, but this film doesn't have as much paperwork as I need. I just have the call sheet, I have a little to-do list thing, I have a script that will go in here, I have all the applications that are technically props, then extra script copies and actor contracts, just a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to need on set. And I even built the game that Charlie will be playing. All these are basically just clips, pictures, and sound effects that make up the actual game. And for the game, I wrote it to be kind of Counter-Strike, but to change it up a little bit, I made a new title for it. I color graded it to look differently and look almost more like an Xbox original game or one of those early 2000 video games. But next I gotta do my equipment check, which is basically making sure we got batteries and that they're charged for all the equipment we need, that all the equipment works. That's also a big part of it. And just making sure we have everything together. So overall, doing pretty good, but still a fair amount to do. I'm feeling confident though, I'm feeling confident. So this is the day before the shoot, and I think I got pretty much everything packed up for the most part. I'm not going to be able to do much work today since I got a lot of other work things to do, but I think we're pretty much packed and ready to go. So I got equipment in this duffel bag right here. That should be everything that we're going to need pretty much equipment-wise for the shoot. I just got to take it out, make sure everything works the way I want it to, and then it will be good to go. Over here we have our Crane V2, which super excited. This will be the first film we get to work with her. And then back there we still have that prop bag that you saw from yesterday, now with a lot more props and a lot more things. This backpack's going to be my director's backpack. It has my little folder that has everything I need for the film. It has some craft servicey stuff in the back, and that'll just basically be my director's backpack. Then my actual bedroom, I got some set dressing stuff. I have this, which will be the coffee table, and inside it has a lot of these Mountain Dew 12-pack things just to make it look like he's been sitting at home drinking Mountain Dew for the past couple weeks. Then we have some pillows. Actually, that shirt isn't part of it, sorry. Pillows, and then a blanket for a bit that I want to try. We might not end up using these things, but I want to have them on set in case I decide that I want them. But yeah. So today is the day of the shoot. I think I got pretty much everything set and ready to go. Luke will be coming over here shortly just to check on the equipment, make sure we got everything, and then we're just going to load up my car. So if nothing happens before the shoot, I guess I'll see you guys then.
Rolling.
So, Luke, okay. And 3, 2, 1, action.
Very good pizza. I like it. You like eating pizza?
Sorry.
Fucking down. Trying to do a nice thing. You're eating pizza. You realize you're doing that?
I didn't even realize it till now. I'm good.
You run.
Actors, get it ready.
I'm framed up pretty nicely. I'm gonna wait till they're
Oh,
good.
you motherfucker. What thing?
What are you doing?
You took it.
Luke, please tell me you're rolling. Thank fucking God. Okay. Okay. Guys set?
Mm-hmm.
And 3, 2, 1, action. And 3, 2, 1, turn. She's fucking Nick. Come here.
Yeah.
And 3, 2, 1, action. So Chris.
Alright.
That red dot tells you you're recording. See the flashing?
Hey look guys, we're recording behind the scenes footage for Seeing Red. This is my girlfriend's apartment. I don't even know if I'm in focus at all, but you know what, we don't care because I'm pretty. Hello. That's probably something I should have done. That's the kitchen. That's Kevin over there, the stormtrooper. Anyway, this is BTS. Seeing Red. It's my birthday today. When we're filming this. The day we filmed this, not the day you watched this. The day we filmed this, the first time. I don't know if there's going to be another date. I don't even know if this is going to make it in the behind the scenes footage. However, this is happening. That's our guy right there. Our boy. That's your girl. They're the stars of the film. That's the Little Caesars pizza that went from craft services to props. It got a promotion. Aubrey is very displeased having to eat her pizza, but it's fine.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure she does. Luke is working hard. Nick is pretending to work hard, but he's not really.
It looks good. I'm trying to see it.
No,
A little bit. Every once in a while I'll do something.
yeah, sure.
I'd say one thing that would be
Anyway,
cool is have them hold up their plates.
That's gonna be it for now. That was a weird arm in front of the camera that you just got, but you know what? You're gonna love it because maybe it'll get edited out. We'll see. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. You're super cool.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, I gave you a wink and a kiss. Deal with it. Unless it was uncomfortable for you, in which case I apologize. But I do hope you have a beautiful day. You're a lovely person. I'm looking for the record button so I can stop recording. Okay, bye.
Okay, that works. So if that
Honestly,
Chris,
those calves are godly.
Loads.
Here's upside down footage of where I'm at on the ground, watching these guys talk about something secretly. The only reason it's a secret is because we don't want the actors to hear. The way that Nick has his hand up to his face right now, it makes his nose look like it might be his middle finger and he's flipping us off.
I would never do that.
But don't worry, friends. He's not doing that.
Nope.
This is me.
Oh my
We're
god,
the
that's the
messy
very
nerd.
first video I ever took on myself.
Honestly, the behind the scenes for this,
She's all
if Nick even makes it, there's gonna be a lot of me just being tired on my birthday.
sorry.
It's been a long day. We've been very productive in a lot of ways. The only reason I keep looking to the side is because I'm looking. I'm trying not to do it while I'm talking about it. But I'm looking at the thing, little screen over here, this guy. I looked at it again. Because I'm vain. I'm a Leo, and it's my birthday, and I want to make sure I look good for my birthday, even though I don't know if I look good for my birthday. That's not the point anymore. Point is, we have other behind the scenes stuff going on, so we're going to head on over there with that.
I'm so
I don't know what's happening.
I'm such a bad.
I don't know, but Nick left, so that's pretty exciting. Nick's making his bed. He's going to sleep. We've been filming for 14 hours.
They're not gonna. You're not gonna show her feet, right?
We don't stop.
I'm gonna keep my shoes on.
I don't know why we haven't stopped, because honestly, shit's been crazy.
Yeah, I know. I would not. Oh,
But we are here,
I loved the new one.
14 hours
It's
in.
different from how he usually does it. So I was like,
Nick,
we'll take it
how long have we been filming?
overall, I
About 14 hours, right?
close to 15.
Damn, already?
Oh, I haven't seen it.
So good.
Dude, honestly, this film is so short too. You know what it is?
I'm usually on the.
It's actors who don't want to do their job.
I'm sorry. Wait, are we laying on the top? Okay, wait.
Guys, that was a joke from me. Hi, you can't see me because it's dark.
I love the Willie's journals.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. It's Willie's journal. This is Willie's experience because this is his birthday.
I might try to do it from this.
We haven't been filming for 14 hours, nor are the actors doing a bad job. They're actually doing wonderful.
I see what it would look like if you're in between them.
But they're cute. Look at them. See, look at them.
Like how in between are you saying?
Like so
I
that
don't know if you see that. I pressed something.
framing wise.
Anyway, guys, we're turning it off now.
Okay.
So here's Nick's butt.
I'm gonna try.
So you may have noticed that there wasn't a lot of behind the scenes footage of that shoot. That's because that shoot was a little more challenging than I thought it would be. You see, the first half of that shoot was very, very slow. But then to compensate for that, the second half of the shoot was very, very rushed. And there are actually a lot of factors that led to this. First off, the crew was late. I was late because I got lost and ended up parking in the completely wrong area. Our DOP Luke got lost as well and couldn't figure out where he was supposed to go. And finally, Willie, who is familiar with the location we were shooting at, was late not because he got lost, but because he got held up in traffic. So typically the crew's supposed to get to the set much earlier than the cast, but because of this setback, the crew ended up getting there the same time as the actors. Which means we lost the ability to set up before the actors got here, which pushed us back a good 45 minutes. But not only was our crew late, our crew was also extremely small for what this film was. I went into this thinking, oh, this is going to be a really easy shoot, we just have to do this, this, and that, and we'll be good to go. Unfortunately, though, I forgot to account for the fact that because we have such a small crew, it would take twice as long, if not longer, to do the setups that would normally be quick and easy. And not only would it typically take longer to set up the equipment, while Luke had worked with the equipment that morning, he had maybe an hour, 2 hours of experience with it, which was not enough for him to be proficient with using or setting up the equipment we had. And on top of that, the day we were shooting the film just so happened to be Willie's birthday, which I'm super happy that Willie was able to be a part of the crew on his birthday, but it wasn't an easy birthday for him. Willie worked all morning long, then after work, he went to rehearsal to work on a show that he's doing. And then after that, he came to the shoot, and after the shoot, he had dinner with his girlfriend. He had a really busy, 20-hour day? So by that point in his day, he was exhausted, and rightfully so. But the final, and in my opinion, the biggest obstacle of that shoot was that I wasn't satisfied with my directing. I have a very high standard for myself and how I run my sets. And how we operated and how I operated was totally acceptable for an amateur production company. But I don't want amateur to be our standard. Just V Studios has always been about working with a little to achieve a lot. And I personally feel that I did not accomplish that with this shoot. This shoot was very humbling for me. I thought we could just go in, cruise through it, and knock out the short film like it's nothing. But having not been on set for 8 months, I was a lot rustier than I thought I was. You see, I went into the shoot too cocky, and that's not a mistake I plan on making again. You see, the plan was to shoot the entire film that night. But due to these complications, we were not able to get everything that we needed. And the only time that we could schedule another shoot was the night before I moved up to Flagstaff. All we had to get for the second shoot was that last scene with Chris. So for the second shoot, I was able to make sure the crew was moving at the pace we needed to be so that we could get the coverage we needed at the quality I wanted. And when I got back from that shoot, I loaded the equipment in my car and went to bed. Then in the morning, I woke up and drove all the way to Flagstaff. It's proving to be a more challenging edit than I originally thought it would be. So because with that first shoot, we started out super slow and behind, but then I rushed the second half. We didn't get all the shots that I wanted to get, so from a coverage standpoint, we're definitely lacking. And the other thing is that for any actors out there watching this, as an editor, one of the most important things to see in an actor is continuity. And these two actors did great, and it's kind of my job to remind them of this, but continuity is very important. It makes sure in every take, every time we change shots, their movements are the same. So the example that I'm running into here is that there's a moment, where we have the dolly shot that's pushing in on Chris, and he quickly stands up. But there's no other angle of him doing that stand up. In the other shots I have of him, he doesn't have that same momentum. because it looks weird if he jolts up, but then the next shot he's kind of moving around very slow. So I'm gonna have to look through my footage and basically try and create a shot. Like this shot here was supposed to be what became that wide shot you see that's actually used in the film. This was kind of a more moving camera version of that. But I can actually use the period where camera's setting up, and it's before I even called action the shot, but Chris is moving around with kind of the same speed that he got up with. So I can try and fake it to make it look like that's what happened right after he stood up. And the sound's gonna be a little more on the annoying side. We did have a boom op, but it almost looks like it wasn't as close to the actress as it should have been. But we didn't bring our longer boom arm. Not that I think it would have made that much difference with how wide the shot is, but we could have maybe gotten it a little bit closer. But, you know, one of these days, I'm going to invest in lavalier mics, and that will solve all these problems, but give us a new list of problems, I'm sure. Then I asked Luke on set to get just an insert of the job application, but he just got, well, a little less than 10 seconds, which is very shaky and in and out of focus, and is frankly not super usable. So what I'm going to try and do with this is take a screenshot where it's in focus and it's at kind of a good distance where you can read it, and then send that screenshot into After Effects, and then in post add a little bit of camera shake back in. And the reason I do that as opposed to, you know, taking the shot that already has camera shake is at least if I do it in After Effects, I can control it and make it a little less janky but still feel human. Another shot I'm realizing that I'm gonna have to create is an insert of him sliding the job application under the laptop, because it's such an important moment, but in this wide, there's just too much going on to focus on that, and we didn't shoot it the day of, which I can't believe we didn't do, but it is an easy enough shot that I can fake here in Flagstaff. I just need something that's black that kind of looks like that bench. I have the laptop here, I have a job application, and I can just, with my hands instead of Chris, just get an insert of me sliding it under the laptop. And also, I'm ripping out pretty much all of the location sound aside from their dialogue. And I'm just going to have to re-add in all the Foley. Just because during all those shots, the inserts of him doing stuff, and even some of the ones where he does have lines, I'm directing and coaching and cueing stuff for when to happen. So we obviously can't use that sound because you'll get my voice and it'll be like, oh, who is that weirdo telling him when to stand? So I gotta strip all that away and add in all those sound effects again in post. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. With all these fixes I've made and with the new Foley in here, I'm actually really happy with how it's turning out. It's pretty good, actually. So then I spent the next couple days refining the edit, and then Luke came over and did the color grading. And then by the end of the week, we had a final cut of the film. Well, thank you guys for taking this time to watch the behind the scenes of Seeing Red. I hope you found it interesting and informative. And if for some reason you saw this before the short film, go watch Seeing Red. We have many more projects here at Just Three Studios that I can't wait to announce and share with you guys, but that is a conversation for another time. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give it a like, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next film. Take care.